famous quote uh, presented by Nobel Prize winning economist Mr. Ronald Coase. According to his words, he says that if I try to ask as many as questions to the data set, it gives us a more detailed insight about the particular data. So this particular code can be overcome with a tool that is nothing but Microsoft Power BI tool. As you know that there are lots of analytical tools that are available right now, but we'll begin with this particular tool that is Microsoft Power BI. And the main motive of this particular tool is nothing but we need to present as many as questions to the some sort of data or whatever the data that is available with us. Okay, so our main agenda is nothing but try to ask as many as questions. That's it. That is the main objective of our so-called Microsoft Power BI tool. Okay, so as a part of this, I'll begin my introductory part to Power BI, and we'll try to talk about some basic questions like what exactly is Power BI, and why should we use Power BI, or different features of Power BI, and then we'll go with some of the benefits, and then let us look what type of architecture that we are trying to use, and at last we'll try to bring a Power BI onto our local system. Okay, and the entire presentation or whatever the things that I am done, even the everything has been done only on the Power BI. Okay, I'm not using any type of uh, what to call it as PPT or some other tools, but the even the presentation, whatever the presentation that I'm trying to do, I'm trying to build, or everything is only on the Power BI itself. Okay, so now let's begin. What exactly is a Power BI? So a maximum Power BI can be defined in many ways, but I define Power BI in two different ways. One is I simply say that Microsoft Power BI is nothing but it is a business intelligent tool. Or the another way that I define is based on some of the components. Okay, so now coming to this business intelligent tools, what exactly is happening is we can try to analyze whatever the data that is available with us. Once we analyze, we try to clean the data, and then we will be able to convert the data into some visualized formats, like where we will be using some charts, graphs, something, so that we can try to build our reports. Okay, so this is what actually the Power BI defined from my like business intelligent point, BI point. And another one is based on the component parts. I'll be concentrating mainly on four different components like Power Query, Power Pivot, Power View, as well as a Power BI service. And we'll talk more about these particular components in later session. Okay, so right now, according to me, Power BI is nothing but it is simply a business intelligent tool where I can try to analyze, clean, and visualize the data on whatever the and try to generate some sort of reports where it is easy for us to recognize or to do some sort of analytics over there. Okay, and maximum we know what may be the reason, or why this particular business intelligent tool has to be into the part. Okay, so what may be the business intelligent, or why this particular Power BI has been mainly used for what to call it as for the business intelligence is Power BI itself is nothing but it is a self-service business suite where we will be having many doubts like how this Power BI will be useful for business intelligent, or what it will do, or what does really need. This type of questions will come when we talk about using this Power BI into the business intelligence and all the stuff. So what I can try to say is, uh, by using this particular tool, we can try to make some good decisions on our business, or we can try to explore insight of our business. Okay, or we can go with some visualization of data, and whatever the data that I have from my company, I can try to visualize the entire data and I can share to the stakeholders and all the stuff. In this way, we can try to say that, okay, by using this particular tool, we can try to increase our business analysis, business and all the stuff. So that is what actually, from the point of this business intelligent tool. And another point that also I have already said you, that there are components like Power Query was there, Pivot is there, View, Map. There are many, what to call it as components, but when we talk about uh, business point, the main four components which we will discuss are query, pivot, and all the stuff. These are the some of the major components. And coming to this components, suppose if I talk about the need of this Power Query, what happens is, by using this particular component, we can try to search, or there may be chances that if I need to access some data, or maybe whatever the data that is available with me, I want to transfer it to some public, maybe like within the internal sources of my company. In that particular case, Power Query will be very, what to call it as, useful. It means that I just want to search something, or I just want to search some internal, in my internal data sources, I want to search some data, or maybe let us take that, suppose example, now in this particular short-term course, I just want to know how many students are there, or how many participants are belongs to faculty, or maybe this particular students, how many scholars are there. So such type of things I just want to have in the form of queries. So Power Query will be very useful, what to call it as, useful component. And another component that is nothing but called as pivot component is there. So with this pivot component, what I can try to do is, whatever the data I will be able to try to search, or maybe I'll be able to transform, I just need to model that particular data in the form of my specific analysis and all the stuff. And even view is also very important, where we can try to analyze and visualize in the form of some, what to call it as, interactive data visualizations. We can create our own dashboards, we can create our own charts and all this stuff. So what I'll do is, instead of discussing over here, I'll just directly go to those particular tools, and we will be talking about all this in detail when we will be doing hands-on and all this stuff. Okay, so just keep in mind that these are the some of the, what to call it as, components, where if I want to search a data, I can try to use query. If I want to model the data, I can go with pivot. I can just want to analyze or view, I can go with view. Okay, and if I just want to have some graphical, geographical visualizations, power map, and some sort of refreshable on demand or on premises, or maybe cloud, some sort of services. I mean, once I try to generate a report, how these particular reports will be used, then I can go with BI services and all the stuff. Okay, so another thing that we will be mainly talking about, what may be the reason or why this Power BI is becoming popular, or another question comes is, why I should go with, what to call it as, this Power BI, or what may be the reasons why Power BI is really needed. So simply, what I'll try to do is, we'll just go with search volume, one of the search volume, my favorite search volume, that is nothing but, maximum you might have known about. Just go to Google and search for Google Trends. It is a one of the topmost search volume, where you can try to search any thing, okay, related data or something. You just want to know what is the search category of that particular data and all the stuff. So in the Google Trends, suppose example, if I try to search Power BI, okay, you can see, like, simply I just want to search what is the value, or how many people, or what is the maximum that Power BI has been used. Okay, so you can see in India, almost see I just kept in the past 12 months. This is a category how the Power BI people have started searching and all the stuff. Okay, even you can take last hour also. You can see in the last hour how much people have been started searching, or maybe you can just go through those things and past 5 years. Let's take in the past 5 years. This is how what to call it as. You see, in the beginning, the people started searching in, but in the later days, as we go on, we can see that uh, in the what to call it as in 2018, the search were somewhere at only 25 to 50K, but in the between it has gone little bit, and then over time it has started. But if I talk about not only in India, if I just want to talk about worldwide, you can see in this way the search, what to call it as the people that many have searched. Okay, and suppose example, let's say if I want to compare the analytic tools, like there are another analytical tubes. Sorry, Tableau is also one of the analytical. Okay, so if I want to compare this Power BI tool with Tableau, you can see here an average. If I talk about from the last 5 years worldwide, okay, the maximum
Excuse me, sir.
started using this particular. Yes,
Yeah, you have typed Power PI. Probably if you type Power
no,
BI.
no, 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 no. I okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Okay,
So
fine.
in the last, what to call it as in the last, in the worldwide, if I go with the last 5 years, okay, you can see this is how the what to call it as the maximum people started using this Power BI and all the stuff. So this is just I just want to tell, even if I specifically talk about any other specific country or something like that. Suppose example, if I talk about Australia, if I just want to see how the people are using this Power BI, even in this particular case also, okay, the maximum people started using this Power BI. I mean, compared with some other tools. Okay, I'm just comparing this Power BI tool with Tableau and all the stuff. So this is simple one way why we have to go with Power BI, or why Power BI is becoming so popular nowadays. And another interesting, what to call it as another interesting parameter is also there. That is nothing but the features that are available with Power BI. So simply I can say that default almost 1200 plus default functions are available, and even there are almost 200 plus different charts are available, where I can try to represent my data in different ways, right? So this is also one of the what to call it as the reason why the Power BI is becoming so popular nowadays. And another interesting is there are few components or few features where we can use freely, but even though if you go with what to call it as a latest or advanced versions of things that you really need it, it does not cost more than $10 when compared with any other business tools. So this is also one of the what to call it as one of the reason where cost, if I just want to purchase this tool and I just want to use, okay, but maximum almost all the features are available for free, but still if I talk on a particular single user, he may not spend more than $10 for his analytical part or whatever. And another important feature, that is like we can try to collect the data from different sources. Like we can try to bring the data from Excel, CSV, XML, JSON. Even we can try to collect the data from different servers like SQL server databases. We can try to go, even we can try to bring Facebook data, LinkedIn data, all these things different. I mean, almost 100 different sources from where I can try to collect the data. So these are nothing but these are the some of the general what to call it as features, where we can say that these are the reasons why I have to go to the Power BI. Okay, so the maximum peoples or the business analytic have started using this Power BI, because we have almost different functions where we can try to create almost 200 plus charts for the representation, and we will not be able to spend more than $100 per a single user. And almost the data sources, this is what actually the very important source, I mean the data sources are what to call it as many as sources are available for us. We will talk all these functions as well as charts and different sources in detail when we talk about the rest of the sessions. And the another important thing that I would just want to talk is different futures, right? I can try to, I already said you that we have almost 100 plus futures that are available, and even I can try to go with the filtering process of those particular data set, whatever the data that is available with that. I can try to go with data set filterization. I try to go with the visualization in whatever the ways. As we have 200 plus charts, we can try to have numerous data visualization techniques, and even what to call it as, we can create our own custom dashboards. Okay, and the last one is DAG properties are available with us. So all these are nothing but these are the some of the futures, and we will look into all this one by one. Okay, and last I just want to say that there are a number of benefits, as already we have seen that. Okay, so these are some of the benefits: create your own dashboards. Okay, you can try to bring your own filter techniques you can use, and you can create your own dashboards low cost. And another important thing is monthly updates are available for this particular tool. Okay, and we'll see, these are nothing but some of the benefits. And the main architect or the architect behind this particular architect is, suppose example, let's say that only two things which really plays a vital role for me over this in the architect. What happens is we have two major components over here. The first one is the Power BI desktop component, and the second one is Power BI service component. So in the Power BI desktop component, what we can try to do is we can try to connect, or we try to collect data from different sources. And once we try to collect it, we create, we analyze, we clean, we transform the data, and then we try to publish this particular data to the services. And once we publish this particular data over the services, I mean to the person who really want to share my business id or some analytics regarding my business, then I can try to share this over the cloud, where Power BI gateways will really plays a vital role. Okay, I mean just simply I just want to publish this to the services so that it can try to reach to those particular people. And even once I publish those particular data or the reports to the publishers, they can try to view or they can try to access by using different mechanisms. Like we have very important component that was mobile phone Power BI access service is available. So this is nothing but the basic architect, right? Just by using on a local service, on a local system, try to bring all the data to the local system, try to make sure that you try to clean, analyze, I mean transform the data to the need, and then you publish that via the gateway to the public services. And from these particular services, the people can try to access. So even we can try to, whenever we are trying to say that it is available on the cloud, we can have settings, like we can go with the public settings as well as the private settings. Okay, even that topic also we will discuss, but this is a basic architect thing is: collect the data to the desktop, clean it. Okay, I mean try to transform the data on the way whatever the real what in which way you want to generate the reports. Then once you generate the reports, publish that onto the BA service. Okay, and from there anyone can try to access it. Anyone in the sense to the people whoever you share those particular reports. And another important thing that I just need to discuss over here is how to bring this what to call it as Power BI desktop onto the local system. Okay, so for this, what we can try to do is directly I'll show the link to you. Even I will share this links to you, and yeah. So you can just directly go to powerbi.microsoft.com website, and under that downloads option, okay, you can just go to the downloads option, and you can see Microsoft Power BI desktop is available, Microsoft Power BI mobile is available, gateway is available, report builder is available, servers. Okay, so what we try to do is, first we'll try to go with the basic, that is nothing but a desktop thing. With this Power BI desktop, we can visually explore our data through some drag and drop concepts are available. We can create our own dashboards where we can try to bring our visualizations into the reports and all the stuff. So in the downloads also, there are two different options. Once you can see this download and advanced downloads option. Once you click on the downloads option, you can see that if you have Microsoft, what to call it as Microsoft account, okay, defaultly you can try to launch from there. Okay, this is one way how you can try to download from your Microsoft playground. Sorry, from the Microsoft store. Just you can go to the store and you can try to search for Power BI, and from there you can try to install and you can try to bring it. This is one way. Okay, if you don't have already, I have downloaded. So just simply if I click on what to call it as get, because you can see here Power BI desktop is already available on my system. Okay, if it is not installed, you can simply click on that. Okay, and you can try to install it. But this is one way. But for that you need to have, or you need to create you a Microsoft account and all the stuff. And if you don't want Microsoft account and you just want to use in other way, then you can simply go to the advanced download option. Okay, you can, if you click on the advanced download options, you can see that in which language that you want it. Okay, preferable it is English. Okay, and you can see the details, all the details, whatever the hardware requirements we need it, what type of data or what are the system requirements. Okay, installation instructions, you can just read through this, or you can simply click on the download. Once you click on the download, you can see your system requirements, whether it is 32-bit or 64-bit. So in my case, it is Power BI desktop setup.exe. This is 64-bit. The minimum space required for it is for 418 MB. You can click on the next, and automatically you can see that the download will begin. Okay, so this is one way how you can try to download what to call it as Microsoft Power BI onto the local system. Okay, so there are two options. One is download, and the second one is advanced download option. So in the download option, if you have Microsoft account, just you can log in with that particular Microsoft account, and you can search for Power BI in the store. And once you search, you can try to install from there. Or you can, if you don't have the account, you can go with the advanced download option, and you can set your system requirements, and you can download that onto the local system. And you can see in my case, this is my setup. Yeah, I have downloaded both the versions. Okay, so this is Power BI desktop setup. You can simply click on this, and nothing need to worry, everything is on the next clicks. Okay, just you can see that click on next. That's it. It will not take more than 2 minutes time. Okay, so that is how we can try to download and install Power BI onto the local system. So once we try to download and install on the local system, you can simply search for Power BI, and you can simply click on the open window. Okay, so it's like you can see this type of window will be opened on the local system. Okay, and from now onwards we can start working on this particular case. Okay, so this is the first look. Actually, this is how your tool or Microsoft Power BI desktop tool look like. So whenever you are trying to download, you have to make sure that I already said you that the very advantage of using this particular Power BI tool is like every time or every month we will be able to get some updates. Now another important question will arise us. That is nothing but, okay, chalo, I have installed my Power BI onto the local system. and how do I know whether it is updated version or not? And another thing is, if it is not updated version, or maybe some other features I just want to update in the future, that is what actually we really need it. It means that upgradation of Power BI is also very important, because every month updations will come. So for that particular thing, what we can try to do is, okay, so first of all, if you have already installed Power BI on your local system, then you should know whether it is a latest version or not. So for that, what you can try to do is, you can see two important things, that is nothing but uh, data transfer option. Okay, you can see here one option is there, data transfer. This particular option will be available only for the latest version, and it will not be available for the older versions. Okay, so with this we will be able to know, okay, chalo, this is the updated version which is available on my system. And suppose example, there may be chances that if it is not the updated version, what we can try to do is, okay, you can simply uninstall the program and you can try to download the latest version, because we will not be able to know which version we are trying to download. So you can simply go to the download and you can simply click from there, and you can have your setup once again. But still, there is another option, that was a basic option, but there is another option. Uh, okay, see, once you know that it is an updated version, what you can try to do is, you can go to the file. Okay, so just go to the file, and there is an option called as options and settings. In this options and settings, there is an option, you can see, yeah, see, in the options there is global and in the current file. In the global, there is an option called as preview features. Okay, there is an option called as preview features. So these are the preview features. You can just look into that. See the shape, map, visual, Spanish language support. Okay, question and answer for live connected analytics, Azure map. Like this, these are the some of the latest updates which have already there. What you can try to do is, you can select whatever the option that you are interested. Okay, so what I do is, all the time is, I make sure that all the options are selected, because just 10 minutes back itself I have updated this. So if any option is not selected, what you can try to do is, if really you need that particular option onto the local system, you can simply click on that option and you can click on OK. So once you click on OK, what happens is, you can see that the futures requires a restart. It means that once you click, all the time whenever you are trying to change this preview feature option, you have to restart the entire, what to call it as, restart in the sense, you have to close this tool and again you have to open the tool once again. Okay, so this is how, what to call it as, to bring what to call it as to bring Power BI onto the local system. Okay, so with this, I'll stop my theoretical part. Whatever the features or whatever the components that are there, we will be trying to take one component and we will start discussing in deep those particular components. Okay, so with this, I can stop this particular part, but I just want to come tell once again, tell you this particular how to install onto the local system. Okay, so what you can try to simply do is, you can just go to the website, that is nothing but powerbimicrosoft.com, and under that options there is options called as advanced download options. Once you click on the advanced download options, okay, you can see that this, you can select the language and you click on the download. So you see the requirement, whether it is 32-bit or 64-bit according to your system requirement. Once you click on that and you click on the next option, okay, the setup file will be downloaded onto the local system. Once the setup file is downloaded, you can simply click on the setup file and you can start installing the setup. I mean, you can begin your installation. So when you are trying to do that particular installation, okay, there is nothing much more. You just make sure that everything has to be click on the next options. So that is what to call it as, how to bring Power BI onto the local system. Once we know, I mean, once we have installed Power BI onto the local system, So while creating itself, it might had asked me ki whether do you need a desktop icon or not. So I have just opted it, and you can simply start Microsoft Power BI in this way. Okay, you can see that Power BI tool. You can start from the startup menu. Okay, startup menu. You can simply click it, and you can start your Power BI tool. So this is how we can try to bring Power BI onto the local system. This is the first look. So once we have this look in our hand, we'll see all these features one by one. Okay, instead of discussing in the beginning, what I'll try to do is I'll take one feature and I'll explain and I'll tell to you. Okay, so only one thing that I have to make sure that whether this particular tool is updated version or not, it can be just seen from the home. There is an option called as transform data. If this is there, it means that this is the latest version which is available on the local system. If you have downloaded recently, definitely it will be the latest version. Okay, so the first thing is done. Whether it is latest version or not, we have confirmed, yeah, it is latest version. So now suppose example, another important question also comes, that is every month the options will get updated. New features will be added to the tool. So how to upgrade those particular features? Okay, so simply what you can try to do is you can just click on the file, options and setting, under options. Okay, there is a global tab. Under the global tab there is something called as preview features, and you make sure that whatever the things that you need it, you select it and you click on OK. Okay, now I'm not doing anything because it's already updated. So that is first upgradation. And even transform data, we'll discuss this tomorrow morning session. So in the transform data also, you just click on the transform data, a new tab will open, and in this also we have to make sure that this is also updated. So for that, you simply go to the file, options and setting, options, the same story whatever we have repeated, preview features, make sure that all the things are accepted, click OK and restart this. Okay, so in this way you can try to upgrade the entire Power BI desktop version. Okay, so with this I can successfully say that Power BI is successfully launched on my local system. So any doubt till here in the downloading part? Because this tool is really needed for everyone, so that it will be easy, or else what happens is it will be uncomfortable. I mean, at the time of explanation everything will be okay, but while you practice, definitely there will be lots of queries. So it's better we practice from both the end. It will be an added point for us.
Yeah, excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
If we wanted to procure Power BI for our students to a laboratory,
Yes.
engineering college, do we
Yeah,
have any special considerations such as the student editions or whatever it may be at a discounted price? If
sir.
so, where can we
Actually,
contact?
yeah, one thing I'll say, whatever the features that are available right now in this tool, suppose example if I talk about whatever the tool that is in front of you,
Yes,
the
sir.
maximum features are available. Okay,
Okay.
so we can try to bring, this is an open source only. Okay, there are only some features where we have to pay, but
Okay.
maximum features, you just see that we have almost 100 plus what to call it as charts are available. That is more than enough. Okay,
Is
but
everything is free of cost?
yeah, maximum almost all the futures, because see there are 1200 plus futures which are available free for us.
Okay.
Okay, those particular futures also I'll discuss in tomorrow's class.
Which
So
is very
definitely
interesting.
it's
It
an
is
open.
interesting, really interesting. I thought it is not at all available at free of cost. Okay.
No, sir, no, sir. It's free of cost, open
At
source.
least for the academic needs, it is free of cost.
Yeah, academic needs. I can say that almost maximum things can also be done. Okay.
No, lost your voice.
Now, yeah. Sorry. Now is it clear, sir?
Yes, it is okay.
Yeah, fine. So academic wise, it's no free of cost. No need to
Okay.
worry about anything.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Fine. So once we bring this on to, and I hope that maximum, if any people really want to work tomorrow, be prepared with this particular tool, so that it will be very useful for us. Okay, so that's it about bringing this particular tool onto the local system. So what we'll do is I'll just go to one of the basic topic today. Okay, and from tomorrow onwards we'll talk almost all the futures. Okay, maximum whatever the futures that are there, maximum I'll try to cover. So this is a basic outline of the entire what to call it as the tool. Okay, so this particular tool contains three important panels. The first one is called as a filter panel, the second one is called as a visualization panel, and the third one is called as a data panel. Okay, so these are the three important panes which really helpful whenever I start working on any type of process. Okay, so the data where we will be able to try to load the entire data here. Visualization is suppose example, for my data I just want in the form of graph. Okay, so maybe line graph, bar graph, chart graphs, different type of graphs are available over here. You can see here the scattered bar chart is there, column chart, okay, clustered bar chart, pie graph, okay, donut chart, even filtered maps. All these visualizations, almost I already said you that almost we have 100 plus visualizations are there. So all the visualizations are available on the visualization pane. Okay, so the data pane is for loading the data. Visualization pane is used for taking the represent in which way you want the representation. And there is, along with the in the visualization pane, there are two important things we have to talk. One is the visuals, what type of visualizations you need it. The second one is there may be chances that if you want to whatever the visualization that you have created, for that particular visualization you even try to change the formats. Okay, so these are the two options which are available: build visual and format the visual. Both the things are there, and we'll discuss about this few charts and formatting, how the formatting also can be done. And the third pane, that is nothing but called as a filtered pane, where we can try to add the filtering itself. You know, the name itself says that some sort of filtering things if you want it. Okay, we can try to do it. So this particular, right now I'll neglect this particular filter because I'll take with one example and I'll try to talk about the filter pane. So these are the three different panes which will be all the time will be useful for us. Okay, and this is a work area. Okay, work area in the sense whatever the things that you want to do, or whatever the visualizations that you are really interested in doing, we can try to do all the visualizations in this particular pane. Okay, and here you can see in the down we can add as many as pages. Okay, so it's up to the user, and even zoom options are also available over here, so that also you can see it. Okay, so now let's try to work for one by one, what to call it as methods here. So one of my favorite method is nothing but you can see these options, we'll talk one by one. And here there is an option called as insert. If I really interested to enter some data or some text, what I can try to do is, text box is available. You can simply click uh, on that particular text box, and you can see the text has been entered, and you can try to change the font family, like suppose example Comic Sans. You can try to increase the size of it. You can even try to change the color, make bold, italic, and all the stuff, make it center and all the stuff, alignments, everything. If you want to bring some text onto this, we can try to do with the help of this particular what to call it as text box. Okay, you can simply drag over here and you can try to increase the size. You can see this type of things also can happen. And if you want to delete it, simply there are three dots on that particular tab, and you can click on the remove and it will be removed. So this is how we can try to bring text onto the work area. And simultaneously, another important thing, sometimes we will try to bring some images. Okay, so you can simply click on the image. Okay, and you can try to bring in same story. You can try to zoom in, zoom out, and all the stuff. Even you can try to change the colors and all the stuff. Okay, so this is about the work area, how to bring text and this thing. Okay, you can see this text I have brought. Now in the format, Okay, so general formats are available, properties, okay, title, what type of color, everything we'll discuss in detail. Okay, don't worry about this. Okay, so this is about the basic two important things: how to enter text or how to enter images into the regular case. Okay, so this is a basic part. Now what I'll try to do is we'll try to load some data. Okay, I think what we'll do is, instead of talking a general case, we'll go with okay, so we'll talk. The second important thing we'll be discussing is some of the basic charts that are available in the Power BI. Okay, some basic charts are available. So these are some of the basic charts, like column charts are available, scattered column charts, pie charts, donut charts, funnel, ribbon. So these are some of the basic charts, and how to include and exclude those particular charts, and how to export once we create a chart, how to export those particular things into the reports. So these things, I think still we have another 15 minutes. I'll try to cover some of the charts. Okay, some of the basic charts we will be able to cover in our present session. Okay, so first let me go with column chart. So everyone knows that what exactly is a column chart. So the column charts are nothing but it is a method of simply displaying the data, where we will be representing the data in the form of some bars. Okay, so this is how the column chart look like. Okay, once we'll try to bring this column charts on the Power BI. How to, what to call it as, how to bring this column charts onto the Power BI. So what I'll try to do is, I'll take one data set, the default data set. I think I have some data set over here. Mm, yeah, yeah, some store data is available with me. Okay, in this I have some options like order id, order date, shipment date, shipping mode, customer id, what is the name of the customer, what is the segment, from which country, from which city, from which state, postal code, okay, from which region, product id, category. Like this I have some data. Okay, the category, whether it is furniture, office supplies, technology. Like this, in the subcategories we have chairs, art, storage, books. Like this, some details is there. Even product names are also there. How much sales has been happened, how much quantity has been sold, what is the profit. Some data is available. Okay, so rather discussing the data over here, what I'll try to do is, I'll try to show some of the concepts over here. What we'll try to do is, the first thing when we try to bring this Power BI, is how to load the data. So for loading the data, just go to the home. There is an option called as Get Data. Okay, so these are the different forms from where we can try to get the data. Already I have said you that Excel data, Power BI data sets, data flows are there. Okay, text or CSV file, all these options are there. So for the time being, let's go with one of the basic data set, that is nothing but Excel. Okay, so we'll try to take my data set. I have in, yeah, Superstore. Okay, so this is my basic data set. You can see it takes some time to load that particular data. So whenever it is trying to load, you can see these are the few things. Like in this particular Superstores, I have ordered, people, sheet 1, sheet 2, some returns, some data is available. Okay, don't worry about what the data is. Some data is available, but only advantage with this data is complete data is available. Complete data in the sense, we no need to clean, pre-process and all the stuff. Okay, so the pre-processed data is available with us. Okay, so now I'll begin with the pre-processed data, and next, suppose some null values are there, how to do the pre-processing, that also we'll talk again. We will talk both the datas. Okay, so now let's whatever the data that I have taken. So Superstores Excel, in that almost 8 sub tabs are available. So sheet 1, sheet 2, those are some default values which are not really needed, but okay. So from the main sheet was in the orders. So you just select any one of the sheet. So I just want to go with this particular sheet, right? I just want to analyze what to call it as some data where I'll be talking about some in particular country or some region how data things are there. So simply you just go to the orders, and there are two ways here to load. See, the first option is the load the data, and the second one is a transform the data. So what is the main difference between these two options are load data means pre-processed data. You can see here the entire data view is also given to you. Okay, the pre-processed data. And transformed data means there may be chances that some null values are there. So how to overcome those particular null values and all the stuff, that is nothing but called as transform the data. So let's go with this load pre-processed data, and later on we'll bring the transform the data into the picture. So once you select your what to call it as Excel sheet, simply click on the load. Okay, so it will take 1 or 2 minutes. You can see in the data pane, previously the data was empty. Now it is trying to load the data. Okay, yeah, you can see here my Excel sheet has been loaded over here, right? So what we have to do, simply go to get data, click on Excel sheet. Okay, just go to that, click it, and if you open it, okay, so the data will be open. While we are trying to open the data, two things are there. One is a load option, the second one is a transform the data. Load option is used whenever we have clean data. Okay, so click on the load data, and you can see the data is loaded onto the our visual pane. So in this, you can see all these formats are there. So the category, city, country, region, all the columns are loaded over here. So with this, what I'll try to do is I'll simply bring a column chart. Okay, so for bringing the column chart, you can just go to the visualizations, and in the visualizations I need to go to the build visual, and in this you can choose the basic, that is nothing but okay, any column chart. Okay, stack column chart. I have chosen column chart, stacked column chart. Some column chart has chosen. So in this, you can see this is a basic default template of the column chart. We no need to do anything. You can see here, simply you can drag. Okay, uh, okay, this is a basic what to call it as overview of the column chart. Now what we have to do, we need to load the data onto this particular chart. Okay, so what type of data you need, it depends upon the your analysis part. So what I'll try to do is, see, whenever I have chosen this what to call it as template, you can see I have some x-axis. I can add data field over here. In the y-axis, I can add data field. In the legend, I can add some data field over here. So in the first thing, what we'll try to do is, here in this example, we'll talk about we'll take our basic required chart, that is nothing but what I'll try to do is I'll take the subcategory of my sales subcategory. Okay, I'll click on the subcategory and I'll place on the x-axis. Okay, simply chosen subcategory I have placed on the x-axis, and the same story comes when with the y-axis. What I'll do is, in the x-axis I'm taking subcategory, and in the y-axis I'm taking the sales. Okay, so sales option is there on the y-axis. Okay, just drag it and drop there. So in the x-axis I have subcategory, and in the y-axis I have sales. Okay, so you can see, I think uh, let's try to format this data also. Simultaneously we'll talk. So we have successfully loaded the data, and we have started creating the chart. So in this, the very first important thing is, in the x-axis, you can see in the build visualization, in the x-axis I have taken subcategory, and in the y-axis I have taken the sales. Okay, and what I am going to do is, I'll talk about some of the basic things over here. Now suppose example, the very first thing is, you can see this subcategory, we have phones, chairs, storage. These looks very small, right? So what I can try to do is, I can go to format. Okay, so click on the form, you have to click on the graph, click on the format, there is an option. You see in the x-axis whether it is on or off. Make sure that it is on. Off in the sense you can't see those particular data. So in the x-axis the data is visualized for us. Click on this and you can see, okay, the font type. You can increase the size of the font. If I want bold, I have gone it as a bold. Okay, even if you want to change the color, okay, I'll change it to red. Okay, so the font color has been changed. It means that you can see the subcategory phones. Okay, so this is the bar where phones, these are the chairs, these are the storage tables, binders, machines, accessories, copiers. Okay, like this there are what to call it as subcategory of the what to call it subcategory is available. Okay, so now simultaneously if you want to change this what to call it as even on the y-axis, what you can try to do is, okay, I'll go with the entire x-axis first. In the x-axis even subcategory title is also there. So if you want to change, you can simply click on the title. Okay, so what you want the title, see auto title. Auto title means whatever the column name was there that we have taken here. Okay, so the subcategory auto means auto, or else you can specify your name. Okay, style, what type of thing, for font, you can try to increase the font, what type of font family or whatever, bold. Okay, I have made black color like this. So this is how we can try to change the what to call it as labels. And in the down you can see reset to default. So what happens, it will simply go to the past changes. Okay, so this is how we can try to change those particular options, right? So this is how formatting in x-axis. Simply now again I'm changing, I'll change to some 15 bold, I'll make the color to red. Okay, and I'll make the title some 20 bold, and I'll make it as black only, not a problem. Okay, now suppose example if I want to go with y-axis, you can simply click on this. X-axis is done, y-axis the same story. Go to the values, you can change the number. Okay, so it's anyway it is displayed, and again let us change, make it as red only. Okay, so even that also has been changed. If you want to change the title, you can change the title. Okay, bold, and I'll make it as blank only. So in this way we can try to format the graph. Right, now once we know this particular graph, now let's what to call it as do some other options where now suppose example I just want to know. So in this particular data, whatever the data is there, what we have done, we have plotted the graph for the subcategory and the sales. Now suppose example I have another option over here. Okay, can you minimize this? Yeah, so I just want to give the title for the graph. Okay, so you can see here sum of sales by subcategory, some title is there. So what I can try to do is, you can just click the graph, go to the formatting, and in the formatting there is option yeah, in the general. Okay, in the general there is an option called as proper title. Okay, so you can try to change the headings here, or you can increase the size based on your requirement. Okay, and I'll make it as some purple. Okay, and if I want to change the background of it, even I can change the background. I'll make it white now. It will be, it looks good little bit. No, no. Yeah, purple or something. If I want to align in the center, I can align in this way. Even I can try to what to call it as change the what to call it as the title for the graph. Now here you can see the properties. You can try to height and width also can be increased. You see the height is getting decreased. You can increase the height of that particular graph. And anyway, if you want to increase height, or you can simply drag it, but there is an option called as properties. From there also you can try to change the height and width. Okay, and another position is also very important. So in horizontal, to which position you want. Okay, so this is entire our pane, right? Even you can simply select this and you can move also, but still if you want to change, you can go with the positions. Horizontal and vertical positions also can also be changed. And advanced options, we'll talk about that later. That is about the properties. And another is titles, we have seen. Another important is effects. So if you want some background, the background of this is what to call it as white in color. If you want to change it, okay, let me change to some yellow. Okay, so in this way you can try to change. Okay, the transparency of the color also can be changed. Okay, so you can go with the visual borders like this. You can simply explore if you want borders. Okay, so whatever the borders that is there, if you want to change it, you can change it. Okay, you can see the border color has been transformed to red. Okay, in this way. Okay, you can see the entire border, right? So in this way what we can try to do is we can do some simple basic formatting for our data. We'll do analytics later, but this is how we can try to bring some of the basic things. I mean the formatting tools which are available in Power BI, and these particular tools will be maximum for all the things the same story. Okay, if you want to change the background like that, everything can be changed in the labels. Okay, tool paste, we'll talk this with a simple example. All text also. Okay, so this is how we have brought a graph between subcategory and sum of sales. Okay, now suppose example, I just want to go with other visual options are also there. Sometimes what happens is whenever we are trying to draw the graphs, some people are really interested in having grids on this particular graph. So there is an option called as grid lines. Okay, so if you want horizontal grid lines, you can on it horizontal grid lines. So you can see the grids are whether dotted, dashed, or solid line. Now I have introduced the dashed line. The color maybe here this is, yeah, black will be the preferable only. Okay, you can see, yeah, black. You can increase the width of those particular grids also, but I have taken one only. So in this way you can try to bring horizontal grids. Okay, and sometimes what happens is you need to have zoomers also for the graph. Zoomer in the sense, you can see here this is the zoomer added. Okay, you can try to zoom in and zoom out the entire graph. Okay, you can see, like you can deeply go into those particular values. Okay, sometimes what happens is this particular values range, right? So we can go like see 50 50 50 range is there. If you want to go into the deeper, so you can go in this particular with the help of zooms and all the stuff. Okay, but maximum zoomer I maximum we never use. So this is about zoomer. And data labels, this is very important. Suppose example, if you want to have what to call it as labels on this particular graph. See, phones are there, you can simply click on this. So it simply says that it belongs to the subcategory phones, and some of the sales are somewhere at 3,30,000. Okay, so this particular thing, if you want on the bars also, it will be very important. So what you can try to do is you can simply make sure that the data labels are on. So you can see data labels, the total data labels are 30k, 33k, right? So that is what actually you can see here, 3,000, sorry, 3,30,000, right? So that particular things you can check in this particular what to call it as graph. Even if you want to change those particular labels also. Okay, so data labels, apply settings to series. Okay, horizontal auto. Now values you want to increase, you can see those particular values are getting increased. If you want to have some change color, say the black, okay, the label colors are getting increased. Display units, this is also very important. So the y-axis are displayed on thousands. If you want in the millis or what to call it as in thousands, you can take those particular values into the thousands. Okay, so that is about what to call it as another option, that is data labels. Whenever you need some labels, so you can go through this particular case. And plot area background, suppose example, sometimes you want some background of this particular area, you can go to the plot area background. click on this, maybe downloads, yeah, some, you can see like this, some picture or something you want it, you can bring those particular things also into the picture, but I'm just neglecting. Okay, so in this way, what we can try to do is we can try to bring, I mean, we can try to do the formatting of anything, right? Whatever the dashboards that you are trying to create, if I want to format anything, that will be very useful, right? So what happens is, now suppose example, I just want to conclude even this particular case. So now what type of analysis that I got it over here. So what type of analysis, in the sense, you can simply say that in this particular analysis what we have done is, we have plotted a graph for the subcategory and sum of sales. Now in this, another thing, interesting thing that I have seen, there may be chances that I just want to have uh, uh, okay, so I just want to bring some other things I can try to do. I mean, you can try to change whatever the visualizations that you wanted. So but this basic column graph, what I have done is, simply I brought the concept of subcategory and the sales, how many phones has been sold, or how many chairs has been sold, how many storage or tables has been how many envelopes, like this, how many papers has been sold, and all the stuff. Okay, so that is about the basic visualization. And even another important visualization also I'm missing. Okay, so that's about the basic part. Fine, so any doubt here? This is just only to how to draw a basic graph, and from tomorrow session I'll try to bring the analysis parts from this, and we'll try to go it. Okay.
Sir, can we change the colors of the graphs?
Yes, yes, yes. That I'll take one example tomorrow, and everything I'll show. Suppose if you want to change the bar, graph, colors also, everything one by one, you see x-axis is there, right?
Okay. Yes, yes.
Okay, for the values or whatever it is there, we'll take one by one examples and we'll talk.
Okay, sir.
I'll maximum I'll cover for one specific graph. If I want to specifically change the color of this particular graph, will do. Okay, so this is only the simple column graph which I want to show, bar graph. That's it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So that's it from my side for today. Tomorrow, what we'll do is, tomorrow we'll talk about other graphs and we'll go with the analysis part and all the stuff. I think you can see over here, sir, right? In the columns.
Yes,
If
yes,
I
sir.
want for default, all the colors are red. Suppose in the phones only I want black color, I can change for chairs, some color. Like this also we can do.
Okay, sir.
Even this I'll discuss in tomorrow's class. Okay. So that's about from my side in today's session. So I was instructed to take 1 hour today. So if anything is there, we'll talk about those things in tomorrow's session. And tomorrow will begin from 10 o'clock to 1. 10 to 1 is tomorrow my session.